red moon rising on the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake.
All right, so we're back again, and we got some surprise guests. Hopefully they become, full-time hosts with us on this show. I got Dustin with me. We'll throw the cam on him. David as well. Welcome, brother.
Hey, how's it
Ryan,
going?
as always. And you know me, the 49er fan that's always like crying about, people picking on Brock Purdy and stuff like that,
right.
And the emotional meltdown I had. But before we get started, you guys want to do a little cheers? Actually?
Cheers,
Yeah.
man.
Hey.
To another great podcast.
Appreciate you.
Cheers, fellas.
That's right.
Just burn
Cheers.
it.
Just
burn it, baby.
Just burn it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Woo. What are we drinking on?
Some Buffalo Trace in case they want to sponsor Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo
It's a
Trace.
fine product.
I don't think I've had it. It's the first time I've had it.
Really,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
For the value, it's great, great value bourbon.
Easy sipper, man.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace and Bullet, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to wear my Dolphins hat, but I thought I'd let you have your moment today.
Dude, I wish you had
Congratulations
your-
on your win.
Yeah, we wanted
you,
you to
man.
come
Yeah.
in the whole Dolphin.
Maybe next time, like I said, I wanted to.
The hubcap.
I will definitely do that. I wanted to let Chris have his moment. It's two Super Bowls in what, 5 years, 4 years?
Yeah, nothing like KC though. But
I'm still
Yeah,
waiting on
that's
my first playoff
5
game to watch my team.
4 and 5 years for Casey. Yeah.
David's team, the Bucks, revenged
Bucks,
my
yeah.
Niners. Remember when
Yeah.
I was heartbroken the year before? I think
Oh,
you were
yeah.
with me?
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys came in, and I'm like, it must
I
be
know.
nice to,
Right.
to
Just-
smoke them out
I
like
know.
that. You did well.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
let him score a touchdown.
No.
How you gonna let Mahomes come in and only score 3 points? That's amazing.
There's some Bucks fans that are upset, but I gotta say they overachieved this year. I think
Oh,
you
absolutely.
have you have to enjoy the season
Right.
for what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
To come in and win a playoff game
We'll see how
again,
many-
more than I can say about my Dolphins.
Right.
So maybe next year.
How many years Mike Evans has left? Time will tell.
Hopefully
you
you
know?
guys
right.
keep him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, I think he's.
Hopefully
going
he
to a con-
stays.
I think he's going to a contender.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him.
Dolphins.
Jeez.
Anyways,
How many wide receivers do
I
you
know.
really need?
Just a quarterback.
Well, we don't
They
have
gotta
a red
stop
zone
with the wide
target, so
receivers.
maybe one more. We need one more.
all right, so it's championship week.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the Ravens and Chiefs. We'll be talking about the Niners and the Lions and probably jump into the whole Super Bowl thing. We can give some predictions of who we think will win. I already told my buddies, is there anything they want to say about Purdy? Fire away. It don't matter, man. It is what it is. But they seem to be on board with, at least giving him some credit. Guys got a year and a half in.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go ahead and just play some highlights here, and we'll talk about some things. I'll ask you guys some questions just to get your guys' opinions. So while that's going, you obviously feel free to look at, obviously some of these plays. Maybe mute this real quick, too. Because it's going to go over like the...
Yeah, these are just the highlights. Quick
Sure.
highlight,
No, that's
5-minute
great.
Can I
highlight
just
of the
say
game.
how much I appreciate how Pacheco runs?
Yeah.
You
That
like
guy
that?
runs
Okay.
hard
Oh.
every single
He does.
play, dude.
I agree.
I make
can't
fun
deny
of
that.
his
Ryan
runs.
hates it.
It
Really?
drives me nuts because if you ever see him in an open field, he's still running that way
Yeah.
with no one by him, though. He's like, he swings them
Okay.
arms, so I'm like, what are you doing? There's no one around you.
It's going hard.
Exactly.
That's
That's
it.
look, man. You got to bust through the line. You got to break tackles, and that's the way you do it. You got to run hard.
It's because Tyreek, man. He's like, I gotta catch him, man. Tyreek don't swing. He swings as I think Tyreek can run faster because he swings. Have you ever guys noticed like when you swing left to right like this, you move your body?
Yeah.
Imagine if you're swinging forward. That's how they like tell you to run.
They also
Yeah.
say it's hard for the defender to read which way he's going to go, right? Because he's so like like you said, like this, and so he moves so quick that it's hard to judge where he's going to go.
Are you saying Pacheco or?
Well, Tyreek
anybody,
mostly.
right?
Tyreek
Yeah.
because he's so twitchy. Yeah.
I saw Hill. He went up against 40 girls in flag football and didn't get his flag to 40.
40. Well, dude, that guy's a cheetah.
Right. Were they like 10-year-olds?
No, they were like high school, maybe college
Yeah.
girls.
It's still pretty impressive.
He's-
Yeah, of
Still
course.
impressive.
40 people.
40,
40,
everybody.
but they did the worst mistake. Instead of lining up and running down, they all clumped up. And I'm
Stay in
like,
your lane, girls.
Right.
Stay in your lane.
They gave him
You
a
gotta,
plan.
you gotta keep the lanes going.
They all clumped up. I was like, no, and then he just did
Yeah.
a couple jukes and was gone.
It'd be good if they had like a coach, like, hey, this is the plan. Like, all right, let's do it with a coach telling them what to do.
Yeah.
They'd probably be able to pin them down.
Yeah.
But you never know. You might just slip through.
He's good.
Anyways, right here we're at second quarter right now. It's 7-7. Looks like a ball game. Who were you guys' picks? Ryan, who were you picking on this one?
Oh, Ravens. I thought Ravens.
David?
I'm going to go Ravens.
You want Ravens?
Yeah.
Who
I
are you
mean,
going with?
yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, and Ravens for me too. So we're all fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Why were you guys thinking the Ravens? Lamar was going to show up a little bit better.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I can say
Lamar,
the game plan for the Ravens I believe they were the number one rushing offense in the league, were they not?
Yes.
You can double check me on that, but they're up
Oh,
there.
If you go
Wait,
full
no.
offense, but not running back.
I think they were
saying
number one rushing offense,
Okay.
and I think the running backs had 6 rushes the entire game.
Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. But
So I don't know why they wanted Lamar to throw it so much. He's a phenomenal athlete, but he's not the greatest passer in the world. And I thought they went away from their game plan all season.
Didn't Dolphins want? Did you guys want him? Did you want him? Would you
I
take him
would
over
rather.
Tua?
I would have rather no. Lamar Jackson over Tua.
Yeah, who you taking?
Man, come on, man. How you gonna put me on the spot like
Nah,
that?
bro. I want to know your real answer.
Look, I'm still a card-carrying member of Tuanon. So I'm still a believer in Tua. Tua is the most accurate passer in the league. I stand by. Tyrek Hill said it, so it's got to be true.
So then you must not be a big fan of Lamar's arm.
Not of his arm.
No.
I think he's a phenomenal athlete.
Right.
But you saw his arm in that last game. A lot of sidearm throws I don't necessarily like. He couldn't hit the deep ball, which everyone hit on Tua for how long? Yeah. And did he complete any deep ball passes? I think
One to
Right
Zay
here.
Flowers,
Oh,
wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit like
Then he
40
taunted.
yarder. Right, and the
Yeah.
touchdown was kind of a deep ball too.
Okay.
Pick, yeah.
No, the
What do
first
you
touchdown.
consider
right
deep
here,
ball?
right here. Here we go.
That's
Boom.
deep ball,
Right
yeah,
there.
wide
Yeah.
open.
Why
Okay,
not?
but I mean, throwing to a guy
Right.
wide open and
And
then
then here
just
we go.
stand there and throwing to a guy in stride.
This
are
is
two
how
different
you lose.
things.
We
10
have
yards.
these debates that I wish you guys were here on that. It's not really a debate because usually we're on the same page, but there's a lot of quarterbacks out there.
We'll stop for just a second because we're in the fourth quarter here. This was obviously the whole Zay Flowers thing.
Yeah.
17-7. We're in the fourth quarter. I mean, who do you guys give your hats off to in this win? Is it Baltimore's D shut them down in the. We'll pull up the box
Shut Lamar
score.
down.
Yeah,
Shut off his rushing.
let's go over here to
Wait,
the stats.
Baltimore's D shut down
So,
Mahomes, you mean?
If you look at the box score, so second half, KC got goose eggs. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Right.
Oh, they did nothing in the,
Baltimore's
in the
D is
second half.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who are you guys pinning it on? Like, I mean, it's being real. Like
Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah,
what do you think, Dave?
yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar and coaching.
Is it Lamar? Who do you got?
Lamar.
I think it's honestly, I blame the game plan. I really do. Lamar was not playing at an MVP level
think
like
the
he
defense
has the rest of the season. I love Lamar.
Outcoached the
Yeah,
offense.
He's a great athlete. What's that?
The defense outcoached the Ravens offense.
The Ravens offense.
Yeah.
If you look at the
They
defensive
figured him
rankings,
out.
KC's passing defense is like number 2 in the league.
Yeah, so
Their rushing defense is like middle of the pack, like 16.
Their passing D is?
Their passing
Shit.
D is up there.
Shit.
They got that rookie. What is it, Snead?
yeah, he's a
He's
rookie.
I think he's a
He's
rookie.
the one that caused
He's a
the fumble.
stud.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
He's a
have
stud.
Snead and Hamilton that were they're yeah.
You can rush on
Hamilton's
Kansas City.
on Ravens. I'm sorry.
You can rush on Kansas City, and why they would go away from what they've been doing, and they've had success all season. They went away from it and
They
didn't
were
rush the ball.
playing catch up, but they didn't need to. Like, you know, when you get behind, like, oh, we got to pass because that's the way to move down the field fast. But guys, you're down by 10.
What's your guys' thoughts on that right
Right.
there? Lamar's 272. Obviously, he's the passer. Lamar Jackson, your leading rusher.
Right. Look
It's
at the,
all Lamar.
yeah, look at the running backs. How many
Right.
running back rushes? Did
What
they
about
have?
all the other players on the team? It seems like they're not even getting involved.
No.
Right.
So you're trying to have Lamar beat and put it all on Lamar and say, okay, I want you to have perfect throws, process, read defenses. Don't you dare make a mistake. It's your job to beat. But hey, the defense on Baltimore did it to allow somebody to. So anyway, Zay Flowers obviously has 115 yards. I think if I was going to chalk it up to anything, I'm going to go Lamar and Zay Flowers. Obviously, if I pull up the fumble here that we were just kind of looking at.
Right, they cost the game.
Yeah, and then we can. Here goes the fumble.
Well, Flowers, deep ball catch, penalty on the taunting.
oh yeah,
Right, yeah.
Flowers then again on the catch to get him to this spot, and then Flowers again gets
Yeah.
the ball ripped.
Yep, there's what you were just talking
Yeah.
about.
So it was Flowers, Snead.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that I mean, look,
He saved him.
Flowers is dude. He's had a hell of a season.
Yeah,
as
rookie.
another rookie.
Yeah.
and he's gonna. I mean, look. That kind of stuff happens. It's unfortunate. And then he busted his own hand, I think, after that play, right? He punched the bench.
Yeah, punching the bench.
So that's a rookie.
Yeah.
That's a rookie
Right here
move. Let
goes,
his
right here.
emotions get the best of him. Look, man,
I
that,
mean, what a
you're
punch.
trying to make a play, and there you
What
go,
a
rookie versus
punch.
rookie. Snead's a baller, and so is Zay Flowers, and it's unfortunate
Look,
right
he
there.
was lost. He was like, "What? Where'd the ball go?"
Dude, I was. If
my
you actually look at the second half, though, it was
What a play.
mostly the fourth quarter. Ravens at will were driving every time.
Yeah.
They had that drive, and then they had a drive that ended in a field goal, and then they had a drive that ended in an interception. But the interception ended in the end zone. That right there was a fumble in the end zone. Like, they were getting down there. Like, they literally should have been up by 10 if they would have, got the mistakes out.
Dude, I mean, we're still in a ball game here. It's fourth quarter, 12 minutes still to go. Mm-hmm. It's 17-7. You just saw that should have been a touchdown. Let's call it. Like, right. Not that if he didn't fumble, that would have put it 14-17. So we already know that there was one missed opportunity. Ryan, you're right. They've been moving the ball really well against KC's D. They've been doing well. So it's interesting. So let's just letting this thing play. As you guys know, it's punt. Yeah, that was
crazy.
He didn't go down.
I'm just surprised he didn't get injured. That looked like it was going to be nasty right there. But
dude, remember second half, KC scored nothing. It was punt, 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 punt.
Yep.
Right.
They got the 1 third down that sealed the game.
That was a fourth down. They went for it. They got it.
Right.
Ravens.
And this is the Aguilar throw.
Nice pass to Aguilar right there.
Listen, every time, I think going into the playoffs, everyone thought Kansas City was not going to be.
No, I thought they were first round.
Yeah, everyone wanted KC in the playoffs because they didn't think that they were that good. Their wide receivers have dropped a lot of passes or ran the wrong routes, or they've been blamed for a lot of the offensive struggles in Kansas City. Kansas City is only averaging 21 points this season. Yeah. Which is the lowest since Mahomes has been drafted. So they only scored 17 in this game.
Right. Here goes. This is obviously, Dustin, I know you're making a comment before we started the show. This is that intro by Lamar. Obviously, we can go around robin here on this. Let me know your thoughts. If you think it's pass interference, if you think it's legit, whatever it is. Ryan, I'll start with you. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here and let it play. You guys can all watch this.
Yeah, see,
there's going to be a slow motion, more zoomed in here in a
if you're
second.
going with me, I'm
let's get this.
I know the play, so I don't think it's pass interference only because it was triple coverage and the defender. Remember, the defender has a chance for the ball, and he played the ball better than the wide receiver. The wide receiver was out running.
Okay, here you go.
The ball.
A little bit. I'm not going to give anything. If you guys watch, he's like pulling a little bit.
It's more the bang at the end where he bangs with the safety that's coming over. Oh, it is 27.
There was no jersey grab, really. I saw what you were pointing out.
We'll stop right there for a second. Yeah. So, and I'll rewind it. But, I mean, if you look at this, to me, it's clearly you're in a.
I'm not throwing the ball to this guy.
Exactly.
Don't throw the ball. Don't throw the ball. But look at 25. Eyes on the ball the whole time. I'm not sure. It could be 35 or whatever. Boom. I mean, he's playing the ball better than the wide receiver. There's no chance for that wide receiver whatsoever.
Right. The ball comes in behind the defender.
You think so?
I 100% disagree.
Really?
He, first of all, likely is a baller.
He's a stud.
And you're telling me that if he's not bumped there, he doesn't have a chance for the ball?
I think it might be a.
100% he does. 100%. Look where he gets bumped and look where the ball is. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't still get intercepted because he does. The defender does play that ball very well. But how many times? I think it's a cheat code now in the NFL with pass interference when the ball is underthrown and the defender is not looking at the ball, which is clearly the case here. Not the one that catches it, but the other guy.
Right.
And he runs into the receiver early.
I don't like that.
That's been called all season.
Right.
Now.
The 49ers, I believe, had that same call happen to them with the Packers, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention.
Sorry, we skipped over Dave.
I don't care. No, that's all right. You see the receiver, he'll turn around towards the ball before he is pushed by the defender.
Right.
So his back is towards the ball or away from the ball.
He is looking back.
He is, right. He wants to stop and make the turn back towards the ball.
But that's another thing is momentum. He's running, and he has to come to a complete stop to get to that ball.
Doesn't matter. He still has a right to go up for the ball.
And so
the defender
does.
The one that catches it, yes. But the guy who's not even making a play on the ball, the defender, that pushes likely, is not making a play on the ball.
I see the case. It could go either way. I think, put it this way, if the other guy wasn't there, the one that intercepts the ball, I say hands down pass interference. But because 26...
If 26 not there, I think it's more clear day what Dustin's saying.
You can't take away...
They would have called a pass interference if the ball wasn't intercepted right there.
I think so, too. And so why does the ball getting intercepted change the fact that it's pass interference or not?
It's
It's a
There's three
distraction.
defenders there, and I would agree with everything you're saying about the ball should never even been thrown. It
Right.
doesn't excuse the fact that he's getting
'Cause
beat up in the end zone while
it's
the
one of
ball's
them-
getting intercepted.
So
fine line ones.
go back to what you guys just said. The ball should never have been thrown.
Right.
Because why?
Triple coverage.
Okay, so by us throwing a flag on this and saying pass interference after you guys are telling me there's a ball shouldn't have been thrown, we're now favoring this, bailing him out of a throw that he shouldn't have thrown, right?
Well, he got the interception. I mean, that's
Unless in his eyes he goes, I'm going to throw
26
this under and then hope for the pass
The
interference.
thing is the momentum of this.
I believe that
I
was
know he's
first
trying to
down,
stop.
too.
He's trying to stop the go, but I mean, now you're trying to tell him this. Hey, you got to stop when he stops. I didn't. No, fuck.
But you gotta look for the ball.
We're running. He's trying to turn.
that's
his head
why
around.
you got to turn your head and look for the ball, and he's not right here. Look at him.
Now,
Okay.
27
never
definitely is
turns.
not looking.
Never turns
He
his
don't
head.
look until he bangs
Yeah.
into him.
He
Until
doesn't
he
look
bang-
until he bangs
Right.
into him. But remember, he's banging into him because he stops. You go ahead and chase somebody down, and
Right.
when they stop, I want you to make sure you turn your head around. We're now asking this
That's
cornerback
part
to
of
be
that-
so precise.
That's
right?
part of that high skill position where they are supposed to be able to stop on
That's
a dime
why
and turn,
I would never
you know?
want to be a cornerback in
Right.
the NFL.
Yeah, you're destined
Yeah,
for
like-
penalties.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's like you're the
supposed
heel.
to be perfect. You need
Right.
to turn your head around, stop when likely stops because the ball is underthrown and it shouldn't have been thrown as we're agreeing with, and it's about to get picked off, which it does. But since it's an underthrown ball and now likely needs to come back to it, and you're not aware that it was an underthrown ball and now likely stop it, and you're not. It's like, shame on you. We're going to get a pass interference and let this play go again and bail them out of a throw that they shouldn't have thrown. And we all agree that it's just a fucking terrible throw.
Yeah.
Well-
don't throw that. Not a terrible throw. Just it was under coverage. I mean, if you take 26 away, you call pass interference, right?
Yeah, flags out.
Right. I agree. Take 26 away, you call pass interference. The 26 is making it hard.
I mean, it shouldn't matter though. And by the way, can I point out that it's 3 defenders on a backup tight end?
Yeah.
I mean, can we just point that out? Like that's how much of a baller this guy's been. Has he?
Oh, no,
I think he's
he
caught a
stepped
touchdown in
up
every
and-
single game since Mark Andrews has been out. The guy's been an absolute
It
stud.
pisses me off because I saw him out there,
Yeah.
could have grabbed him. I was like, eh.
I got him in all my fantasy leagues,
Yeah.
by the way.
Here's another scenario. I want you guys to watch it again. Pretend 27's not there.
Oh, then it's hands down a pick. still.
I don't know.
He thinks that-
he high pointed the ball as a defender. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But it doesn't change the fact that likely didn't even have a chance at the
Right,
ball.
likely, in my eyes, if anything, maybe he could have tackled him for the offensive pass.
or prevented it but altogether. He could have
Right.
batted it down or something.
You know why?
I don't know if he would have been able to get up there to bat it down.
You know why he
but
doesn't have a chance? Because there's 3 players around him.
Chris is just going to
And we're
stick on
trying
that
to
because
justify
it's
for likely
it's Lamar's
to
fault.
have a shot, and it's just like, I agree.
You got a
Get
view
some
of
these
the-
players out of here.
A view of the rest of the field to see who's open. If there's 3 on him,
All
Is there-
22.
I can do all 22 if you want to see the full thing.
well,
Well,
no,
But,
yeah,
but yeah,
I'm
anyways,
just
it's
saying.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
Who's-
Pass
who's
interference.
wide open
pass
that he
interference
missed.
by Dustin. David, pass interference.
Pass
or not?
interference.
Ryan,
I say let the ball play.
I say no, and I'm good with that. So 50-50, you have
Yeah,
to toss a coin.
that's right.
It is what it is.
All right, so David and I are right.
Is-
High
is-
five.
That's right.
We'll let you be
High
right.
five.
The new
No,
guys.
just
All right? Let the new guys be
I'm going
right.
with
Yes,
the
yeah.
call on the field. I'm going with the call on the field.
Right.
Though it should be house always wins.
Here's,
all right?
here's another question.
That's
Is there a
true.
big controversy of people talking about it? No one's talking about
I haven't
it.
heard nothing.
That's another
I'm
thing.
sure
Right.
the Ravens are talking.
I don't know. It
yeah.
would come across you. Hey, that was a big. Like no one's complaining about it, and the reason why is because there's 3 people there. But I see your guys' argument. I do.
The
I'm
crazy
not
part
gonna-
is, I
see
believe
it.
that was first down, mind you. First down, he threw
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It wasn't
Was it first
a
down?
clutch play. Second down.
Second down. All right.
Whatever.
It doesn't
I mean,
take
if you wanna
away
see-
from
We
the
didn't-
game
we didn't-
itself.
he didn't
I
need
don't
the
think.
deep ball
I mean,
right
it is.
here.
It's
He
a big
didn't need
play,
it.
but
He
You
could've-
didn't. I think homeboy underneath right there. What is
Right,
that?
what?
Fourth and 649.
Yeah,
Let's
He
see.
had plenty of
49
time.
play.
If you want, we can pull
You
this.
could all
That's what I'm
22
saying.
don't
Yeah,
have
let's
the-
go to all 22.
It
guys.
don't have the time on it.
well, I would like to point out too, Kelce was absolutely a baller in that game as well. I mean, that was
Unbelievable.
He listened to us. We talk shit all the time. How does one player always get
I said that all season,
wide open?
Well, for his last how many years? Yeah,
we,
I agree.
it drives us nuts.
I know.
And finally, they were covering him, and he was catching the ball. And I said, "Thank you."
He
Kelsey."
made incredible catches
Yes.
too.
His hands are golden.
I was very
Even on bad
impressed.
throws from Mahomes or
Did Taylor tell you
batted or
that?
whatever.
I
Yeah,
don't want to talk about the Taylor ball. The Taylor ball.
the guy's again. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Best tight end in the league by far.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
hands
not
down.
even close.
You know how many targets he had?
I could guess 12.
11. You're close.
All right.
How many did he
I was
catch?
gonna say he caught 11. No,
He caught 11.
He was
Oh, he
11
was
for
11?
11.
He was 11 for
Wow.
11.
How about that?
116 yards.
Damn.
He's a legend.
Wow.
I could have swore at halftime he was 10 for 10. So he only caught one ball in the second half.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have any. They didn't score at all in the
They didn't do
second half.
shit. Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, they stopped.
Right.
They
Maybe
stopped
Baltimore
throwing
started covering them better. I don't know.
They were throwing balls that way. I was crazy. Like I was like Mahomes was placing perfect balls.
Well, that Kelce performance is also going to come into the prop bets later in the podcast because he's on fire right now.
Yeah.
And the only way the Chiefs even have a chance, I think, is if Kelce is heavily involved.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, luckily Rice is picking it up. So
Well, look at where they struggled this year, though. The Chiefs. It was when Kelce had a quiet second half of the season, right? Why? I mean, why? And the Chiefs lost some games in there, and I think you have to make Kelce the focal point. You can't try to get these other receivers. They're not very good.
I mean, yeah, they were trying, but I mean, I don't know. Kelce was off his game. I think he was.
You think so?
I think so. I just think at the media is finally getting him. Now, Mr. Pfizer he's
Yeah. Well,
he was all over. He's dating the most popular girl in the world right now.
he is definitely
He's on top of the
capitalizing
world.
on all the attention right now and all the commercials for
yeah,
sure.
you know,
Being overly exposed, but
his brother and his podcast gets extreme attention. I mean,
It's probably
By the way, they're
making more on that podcast than they probably are in the NFL, you know.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
behind this podcast, of
Well,
course,
yeah.
there may be one of the top podcasts out there.
They're number
the
2
Kelce
to
brothers.
3. Yeah.
We got good news. While you guys are talking, I got
Yeah.
the all 22. You guys are going to see
Okay.
more.
Let's
see
I'll,
it.
Wow.
I'll zoom this thing in for
All
you
right,
guys.
let's take a look.
this is the play.
I want to see
This
who's
is the
open.
play.
here.
God, it looks a lot closer now that it's the
Yeah.
sky
And I can
big.
pause it if you
I
want
mean,
me to,
still,
like,
what is
pause
it?
right
He's at the
here.
35-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, why is he even looking at Isaiah Likely
Right.
right now? Like,
Why?
seriously, like, what are you
Right.
even doing?
Why not a quick hit right over here?
The running back. Look at the running back. I mean, I know he's already in the middle of throwing,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, he's got
I mean, let's.
5 to 10 yards there.
How much time does he have?
Right.
In all honesty, that's where he should have ran it up the middle, I think.
Right.
Look at the middle of the field and how open it is.
I mean,
And he definitely can make that
Oh, yeah,
lineman
there's
miss,
no one,
right?
You see
No
where
one
the-
defender
yeah.
can tackle
the
him.
15 is the first down.
Yeah, you can see that's the ball right there.
But I think it goes
So-
back to what you were saying before, where they feel like they're down by a ton and they gotta like make these big plays happen when you have plenty of time on the clock. Play smart,
He was definitely.
run the ball
I don't know
away
what
from
he,
Chris Jones.
Yeah, I know, right? But that was another thing is because they were
So late. If
getting
he would have
down
got
there
there early.
I know.
If he would have got the ball.
I mean, I
there
get it
early.
why he kind of went there because if he did throw it, if it was a good ball, he could have threw it over the top like one of these, and the defenders weren't getting to him.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It was underthrown, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was that. That was the bad part.
Oh
Because
wow, he was looking right, and he quickly looked over, and watch his head movement. Watch, he's looking over this way. See him? Watch. Then
wants
he
it, he
turns and
wants
looks
it.
straight and says, "I'm going to go for that." Why? What did you see?
Yeah.
You did it. You didn't think, right? Let's say, did he even?
It was
process what
it was
he
a
saw?
blind throw.
Yeah.
He imagined
he knows
he'd be
he knows
thought
where
was
the
gonna
players
be.
were at,
Yeah.
but he didn't.
Based on his counts, he knows.
he could have already had a predetermined throw in his mind based on the play. So he's trying to look off the defender, right? And then he's just going to chuck it to Isaiah Likely, not expecting a triple coverage on a tight end, not named Mark Andrews. So
As soon as he let go of the ball, what'd he say? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh shit! Yeah, I saw him on the sideline.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
slammed
yeah.
his helmet. I think.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he let go of it blindly, and he knew right away. I'm sure that was.
All right, so they obviously Chiefs prevailed, and they're moving on to the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and jump over to this Niners-Lions game. I'm going to go ahead and play this, obviously on mute. We'll let some plays go here. I don't know if you guys know anything that you guys want to talk about on it, Ryan. Niners-Lions, what's your thoughts on it? I think you watched the full game.
Yeah, I was saying Niners were. The fact that Lions played as well as they did. I thought it was going to be not a blowout, but a 10-point victory for the 49ers. Like, I figured the Niners defense was going to rattle Goff enough to where he was going to start making mistakes because that's when Goff really he's not in the. I see it when he played the Bears. The Bears actually got pressure on Goff. He threw 4 picks against the Bears. So when he gets rattled, he doesn't look that well. And I figured the Niners were going to come in hungry and do
First
that.
half, and it didn't look like it, right?
Right.
No.
David, you watched the game?
I did,
Any,
of
any
course.
thoughts on it?
You know, the Lions for about 5 minutes were America's team.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, from people who don't watch football to anybody, want
The
these
Cowboy fans don't like you saying that.
Yeah,
bro.
I know. Hey, I said for 5 minutes
I
they
know.
were America's team. They're already out. So who knows?
already
Next
out.
year nobody might have an inkling of interest in the Lions. But I mean, as far as this year, and
I'll pause this for a second. You can just go back to the box score here, and I mean, you can kind of get an idea like what the hell was happening here. 14 in the first quarter, 0 for Niners.
Yeah.
It was 24-7 at half. I mean, did you even think the Niners had a shot?
no, I had no.
I thought you
no
guys
shot.
were out. I was
Right?
like, man.
Yeah, I thought they were going to double that at least for the second half and just destroy the Niners.
Gotcha.
That's my thoughts.
Dustin, keep playing here, man. Your thoughts, Lions, Niners. What do you think about it? Pros, cons.
I have to admit to you, because for those that don't know, Ryan, Chris, and I lived together, along with our other buddy from high school, Keppa. Shout out to Keppa, the fourth horseman.
What up, bro?
Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers.
We have a different friendship, I think, than all my other friends and mostly anybody's friends, where we have almost like a pact that we always root for each other's teams as long as it's not going against our team. So
Right, yeah.
I felt a loyalty to root for the 49ers.
And I got a little bit of heart over there for the
I
Niner
did,
players
and I
for
said,
Miami.
and I said this to other people who were asking me, but there was a soft spot in my heart for the Lions, being another team that has struggled, never been in a Super Bowl, haven't won a playoff game in 20-something years.
91, I think, or whatever.
And now the Dolphins are the longest streak without a playoff win, by the way, in the NFL.
Congrats.
So, yeah, we're number one at something, right?
Where's that chain
so
when you need it?
I even though they were up big at halftime,
Yeah, be
I've
number
seen
one.
it way too many times in the NFL where there's, especially, Shanahan's too good of a coach. They're going to change up the scheme. I didn't think the 49ers were out of it, but they had a hell of a first half, or the Lions did. They looked great offensively. I was
played
surprised that their defense was actually holding 49ers in the first half.
played
which
perfect.
their defense has been their weakest link, obviously,
Yeah.
all season. So kudos to them in the first half, but the second half told a different story.
Yeah, that they couldn't hold that perfect streak. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, they started turnovers started happening, and that's when 49ers capitalized like that. You had the fumble, and then it was boom. First, what did they do? They got the ball at the half, and they scored right away. Boom.
Yeah, kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
We didn't even
that's
get
right.
the
It was
touchdown.
a field goal. Absolutely. Yeah.
Shanahan
right.
was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna throw this Aiyuk catch up." So we just kind of analyzed, which I loved, analyzing the whole possible pass interference on unlikely and stuff. So we're gonna have another one here. I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. A lot of people don't like Brock Purdy, maybe because he's young, year and a half in, 24 years old. Who's this white boy that is not very tall?
I've always wondered what the
Where the
angst was for him. What was it?
I think it's because he looks like one of us.
All right.
He's not tall.
Right.
Doesn't have the best arm.
Correct, yeah.
He's not the fastest guy.
Right.
He just doesn't look like a QB. Why is this guy doing well? And my whole just short answer for that is I think that people don't analyze players, and I feel like people in the NFL that are staff and stuff that draft are awful at analyzing people because they analyze height, like size and stuff. They don't realize there's something interior. There's a mind on some of those guys that can process, read things. And that goes a big play into being a quarterback, like being able to make those decisions and have a good processor in your mind. I guess that'd be called QB smart. What it is?
Right.
The
QB IQ.
Yeah, QB IQ.
The it
Yeah,
factor.
it's it.
Yeah,
As I like to say.
Yeah.
It's-
I remember Brock Purdy's debut last year or a couple years back.
Yeah, it started with Miami took out Garoppolo, and I was like, oh, we lost.
Right.
I was on the cruise, and Brock Purdy came in. I figured you were probably like, oh, shit.
Right.
Third string
Yeah.
is
I
in.
did.
Right.
I thought
got
game was
this.
over. It
Yeah.
was in the bag.
I thought so, too.
Right.
I don't know where the Brock Purdy, another
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace pick.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Cut
I'm
in
just
half
kidding.
and double it.
But
Yeah.
the Brock
You
Purdy
can do an ice refill right
hate
now.
is, I just don't get it, man.
Yeah.
He's way more than a game manager. That the title that they want to keep giving him. Jimmy Garoppolo was a game manager.
Seeing his parents when he first played too was like it's inspiring,
Yeah,
to see
get him out there.
how they
The
do
kid
that.
is. Remember, we
Yeah.
forget that he was not only Mr. Irrelevant, a 7th round last pick in the NFL draft, but he also this was his first season actually starting all 17 games. He came in middle of the season. Like, I don't remember what week it was last year, but
Right.
so this was his first full season. This is only his second season in the NFL,
Right.
and now he's in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get there
It's not
without
because
being
he
a great
sucks.
quarterback. I'm sorry. I mean, like, and it's man, I don't understand. Plus, again, he came back against the Lions. How many points they scored in the second half?
Back-to-back games. he
25
came
points in
back.
the second half.
27.
27 points in the second half.
27.
Come on,
It-
man.
it pays
And he
to be a
made some
second half
great,
team.
phenomenal throws. Maybe the throw to Brandon Aiyuk was a little,
That's all about the play.
that was a
a
great
nice
play.
little-
Yeah.
No.
was an
I
alley-oop.
think the throw is perfect.
Yeah,
Do you?
obviously.
Okay.
It landed right.
Yeah, watch.
Well, we'll see if it's perfect.
Well, I'll say this.
Watch.
People,
Let's see.
People, when they're hating on him, they bring up, man, that was all look, blah, blah. And I understand that. But just, we'll analyze it. That's what we'll do. We'll analyze it.
Well, I'm curious.
Dustin, I'll start
Dustin
with you first
thinks
on it,
it's a
since
kind of
we're
an
talking to you, We'll go
underthrow.
around here.
Yeah.
So,
Watch.
I didn't say it was an underthrow.
Or overthrow. I'm sorry.
He did get bumped. You're right. He did get bumped, which slowed the receiver down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
do you think it's pass interference?
Yes.
Okay. Which would match. I'm glad you said that because I'm like, well, the likely thing is not eyes, but it fucked him up.
Yes.
That's why the ball is now.
He's
Phenomenal play by Aiyuk, by the way.
Right,
or
to keep the
Aiyuk,
focus
as Ryan
and-
likes to say.
Aiyuk. What is
Saying
it?
it all last stream.
Aiyuk.
Oh, was I still
Yeah,
doing it?
I just let it ride.
I laughed every time too. I love it.
Aiyuk.
There's some difficult names. Phenomenal play by him. I thought the Lamar Jackson pass to himself was the
Yeah, right
number one
here.
play of the weekend, but this took the cake.
Yeah.
I thought this was a better play. The concentration it takes.
Oh, yeah,
is
absolutely.
unbelievable.
Let's see.
You might
Look,
say, well,
he's getting
hey,
bumped
he's
right
got
here
the ball,
at the
they're both
20.
got the ball. I
Right,
mean, they're
yeah,
both looking at the
it's a
ball.
straight-
So is it legit?
Right.
I mean,
You're right.
That's him slowing down, cutting his route off.
You're right, but
And
he
he's
was
still-
covered.
Right. He's
He
covered.
probably shouldn't have thrown it, to be honest with you.
No.
It's a one-on-one jump ball. I mean, it's fine. It's
trusted
not
his
three people
receiver.
there.
When the when the defender, when the defender's behind the receiver though.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
receiver has the person in front has the better shot.
it depends on where you throw it.
He
threw
where
it-
he threw it was perfect because
Okay.
stop the route. If
I mean, there you
if
go,
the
right
route
there.
keeps on running and he high points it, what's the defender gonna do?
Where you go right here? You got a perfect view. You got the ball sitting here. And you
Yeah,
got,
the bump already happened.
I say he's
Yeah,
bump
that's
already
what I'm saying.
happened.
Where's
Right.
the when
When
the
did the
flag
bump
shows
happen?
up?
the bump happens on almost the
right here.
Right
Like,
here.
the
yeah
ball
on the
is-
20.
The ball is
Right.
It fucks
So he's
all
mid
this up.
stride.
It makes his high point for the
And
ball.
he almost
fucked.
he almost gets his hand on it, even getting bumped. Too.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means
We'll see it in
take
slow
the
motion
bump
here.
away. He's dead on high pointing.
They picked up that flag, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, they
it's
called
easy.
that not a pass interference.
Right.
It's easy to.
Oh, really?
Because he caught it, so it's like, who cares, right?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't
Well, it's
catch
just
that.
going to be a
They took
right,
the
so-
flag.
I was watching it on mute, to be honest, so I
did
didn't
that
hear
when
him.
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
My game, so don't worry.
Well, the throw. Look, I'm not gonna look. Brock Purdy's amazing. I honestly thought he was. I mean, this year, top 5 quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, right? So I'm not. Look, no quarterback is perfect with every throw. That's absurd to even expect. I mean, whatever. It was a great play by Aiyuk, and Brock Purdy was great. Second half, he was making phenomenal throws really all game. I thought.
He was, and actually, if you think top 5, if you actually pull up Purdy's stats,
Yeah,
dude, he led in passer rating.
yeah,
He was third in passing.
yeah.
I think he was fourth in like touchdowns or something.
His yards per pass. He had 50 to 100 attempts less than every single QB in the league.
Yeah.
And
50
he
to
was still
100
third
attempts.
in passing yards.
I look at those stats with a little bit of are we saying that he's better than Patrick Mahomes? No. But Patrick Mahomes, according to like PFF, is way lower than Brock Purdy, right? And so that's why I say numbers don't tell the whole story.
He's got McCaffrey.
He's
That's one other
got
reason.
he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Debo,
Right.
he's got George
Yeah.
Kittle, he's
Right.
got
Right,
Brandon
yeah.
Aiyuk,
Yeah.
and
Aiyuk.
he's got more weapons, I think, than Patrick Mahomes did. I mean, as far as Travis Kelce is his only real threat, and that's it. So when you look at it like that, I still think Brock Purdy is a top 5 quarterback this year. He was phenomenal,
Well, he is number 5.
and being so young.
That's who they
There's
have.
his numbers right there. So yards per attempt, 9.6.
I'm sorry, my eyes are. Who's that number 1 on the top there? I can't.
It's your boy too. Man.
Ah,
But that's
hey,
just for
give him
yards.
some
That's
love.
why that.
Going back to Lamar, I know a lot of people think he's elite. I think it's because of his physical abilities. He's never really high on the passing, and I think that needs to become a thing of their game. Not to go back to that. When you analyze, everyone's like Lamar. Once again, judging the exterior of somebody so much, and you're like, he's great, but he needs to be able to be a better passer.
Yeah. So here's a question for you. Does the game manager title or narrative come from because Brock Purdy doesn't throw 40 times a game? When a quarterback doesn't need to throw that much because they have a balanced attack and you have the number one running back in the league, one of the greatest of all time, if you ask me.
Oh, wow,
right?
he's amazing.
Why do you need to throw it 40 times a game? Is that where it comes from?
I think they say that because he has so many weapons around him. So he's just managing the game because he can just dink and doink to. That's how they say. I don't think he dinks and doinks.
He's not dinking and doinking.
I don't think so either.
But that's what the critics will say. Like, oh, he's game managing. And when you game managing, that means you're throwing short passes to get the first down. You're not going deep and stuff like that.
You're not pushing it down the field. You're
Right.
not
That's
risking
what
it.
they're meaning by game managing. They're just barely managing just to get the first down. Get the first down,
They're managing to win games.
Yeah. No, he's definitely pushing the ball. Yeah, it's not his fault that he throws a 10-yard pass and it goes for 70.
That's smart football.
Right.
Tom Brady won how many Super Bowls doing that? Without Randy Moss,
Right.
they dinked and dunked all the time. The thing is, you have to make those decisions on where to go with the ball, right? It's giving guys opportunities in open space to go there. If you can dink and dunk in 5 yards, but you can turn that upfield for another 15, well, that's a great decision, I would think, right?
I absolutely. And everyone's like, oh, he's not good. He's not good. Who do people want behind there?
Kaepernick.
We tried Trey Lance.
Patrick Mahomes had 17 points in that game, and you don't hear anybody saying anything about that, right?
No.
Like Brock Purdy, their offense scored 35,
34
points.
Yeah. I got a question I've been meaning to ask. I think
Mostly
I might
in the
have asked
second
Chris.
half,
Right,
the way.
exactly.
Yeah.
The performance that Lamar just had. Now he put up a lot of yards. Does that hurt his MVP?
No,
No.
I think
He's
it's
still
over.
he's still hands down MVP.
And it's
Do you ignore the postseason? If you do, then yeah. I think you do. Right?
You have to.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is excluded. So
excluded.
they don't if
exclude
it's
that.
close. I don't think they do it if it's close, but I don't think it was close. I don't think the voting was close. You
don't think CMC deserves it?
That's a different story. I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like Tyreek said, it's a quarterback award. They just don't give it to anybody
Right.
else. If Tyreek would have hit 2,000 yards, they probably would have given it maybe to Tyreek.
Oh,
Absolutely.
But-
Tyreek's definitely
I
there.
was saying Tyreek hands down for up until like week 14. I was saying Tyreek.
Honestly, I think CMC deserves it. But that's a different story.
You know what they're gonna do?
Lamar is a phenomenal player. I love Lamar. I really do. I think. But again, is he?
He's the 15th with passing yards.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. They were. Look at their. Where were they? Where was Baltimore in rushing for the season? I'm pretty sure they were number one. And by the way,
Stats rushing. I'll check it right now.
their running backs get hurt every single year,
They too.
and yet here they are again.
They're number one.
Number one rushing.
Look who's
offense.
number 2 though. Look who's number 2.
Hey,
Bears number 2.
yeah. Credit to the Bears. And number 3 is the 49ers. And I think that is going to be where the 49ers are going to want to attack Kansas City, by the way.
Here's
running
the
game,
difference
yeah.
between those top three. Is you guys know. What do you guys know?
2 running quarterbacks.
You got 2 running quarterbacks, and then you got a running back.
That's right.
I mean, that's the difference between. So it's completely different offense. If you think about it,
Sure, but
Lamar's a completely different quarterback compared to everybody else. The way he plays it.
no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean,
You think
as
it's
far as
more
running,
efficient? You
he's
think he should continue that? You think that's going to be? You think that's the recipe for a Super Bowl, or you think it's holding him back?
I mean, he was 1 game away. I mean, I think
That
again,
defense was on point though.
Once they figure him out,
You throw up defense on there.
but you
Yeah.
as the offensive coordinator, why would you only run the ball with
Oh,
your running
they-
back 6 times when you were the number 1 rushing attack? Yes, was Lamar a part of that? Sure, but so were the running backs. In fact, the running back, I think Gus
2.
Gus Edwards averaged like 6.8 yards a
he was-
carry for his 3 carries.
Exactly.
You know, he had 20 yards on 3 carries.
What do you want, Ryan, on defense? Rushing defense?
They don't have an overall, huh?
Well, I mean, I guess you can probably. I'll do rushing because rushing I'll tell a lot, and we'll just say who has the lowest rushing yards against
Oh,
them.
look who's number 1.
Maybe
The
Bears.
Bears.
And then look who's number 2 on passing.
Yeah.
We're coming up.
Bears had a great second half on defense.
So you can run on the Chiefs.
Sweat.
And you were complaining about giving up that much. But it changed their defense.
Sweat. I mean,
It changed their defense.
yeah, I'm way happier on that than I was giving up a second round pick for your boy that you guys have now
Who?
that y'all don't even use.
Emmanuel Ogba?
No, the wide receiver.
Waddle.
No.
Who?
Came
Oh,
from
Claypool.
Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Claypool.
We gave up a number 2 draft pick.
I saw an
him.
interesting stat on teams' win-loss record after they acquired Claypool. It ain't good. Now, he wasn't a part really of our offense, but he did drop a crucial pass.
He did. That's Claypool.
When you guys were talking earlier, Pat McAfee was had a little bit of a skit here of some players, teammates, and this obviously I like this, especially when somebody's kind of getting picked on in the league a little bit. Brock Purdy, game manager. I'm just going to play this, and you guys can, maybe it'll just blend in with what you guys were talking about.
That's right. Fred Warner spoke after the game to the media. Here's what he had to say about Brock Purdy.
Heck of a game manager. Wow. Managed the heck out of that game, boy. He the reason we're going to have a chance to win us a ring. I love him.
Here's Bosa talking about Purdy after the game.
I don't pay attention to the media much, but whoever's talking about Brock Purdy, what do you have now?
Oh, okay. Well, listen. And what message do you feel like Brock Purdy sent with this type of game?
He's the best game manager in the league.
Josina Anderson, obviously, with the interview. And then here's Juszczyk tweeting this morning about it. Amazing how Brock Purdy managed to find me. So they're taking this game manager thing and turning it into a full conversation. Yeah. Okay,
Dude,
if he's a game manager, then he's the greatest
fullback
of all time.
going up
Alex Smith on
for the
NFL
ball,
Sunday
dude, that is
to find me.
awesome.
So they're taking this game manager thing
Juszczyk,
and
by the
turning
way,
it
I
into
had
a
to
full conversation. Yeah. Okay,
It's a
if he's a
hard
game
name to
manager, then
look
he's the
at and
greatest of all
pronounce,
time.
but
my
Alex
sister
Smith
would
on
put
NFL
you
Sunday
in for
Countdown.
Do you know who this Kyle Juice
Juice check. There. Some Israel stuff going on, man. So, yeah, man. So, obviously, you guys probably know mostly my thoughts on it. Guys who got a year and a half in, 24 years old. I'm not going to call him elite, but I'm not going to dog him out at all. And I'm going to say, well, I'm pretty impressed so far for a 24-year-old. A year and a half in the league, by the way. Remember, he came in like week 9 against Dolphins.
Yeah,
and this is his,
mid-season. Yeah.
And, I think he's done
I went
extremely
to the NFC
well.
championship his
Yeah.
first year, and then now to the Super
So
Bowl.
the real question is, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
are you buying his jersey? Are you ready to make that full-in commitment?
Why is it so hard nowadays? Maybe you guys are different than me. I can't buy a jersey until I know they're on the team for a little bit.
Because no one
'Cause they
stays
keep-
on the damn team
Yeah,
anymore.
they keep
Right,
leaving so quickly,
They
Yeah.
do their 4 years
And I'm not
and
gonna
they're
jump
out
the gun
when they
and go
change
buy
the
it.
damn numbers. That pisses me off more than anything. Yeah, when I saw Clowney, you know what number
Yeah.
Clowney is?
What number? I don't.
26.
24 or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
26.
The numbers are wild now. Yeah. yeah.
Zero out
yeah,
there?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Roquan.
Listen, I'm all about, like, if I know they're going to be there for the next few years, I don't mind spending the $120, 100 whatever it is now for a jersey. I got a Tua jersey. I mean,
Yeah,
I've already gotten 4 years now out of it, right? So
Are they going to pay him?
that's the big question. I think the only thing that I can negatively say about Tua is he hasn't proven himself in the big games yet. And everything, but he's gotten better at everything every year. We'll see, man. I don't know. But what do you do? What do you do?
You got to. You pay him.
Where else can we go?
You pay him,
Kirk
I-
Cousins?
Whoa. If that's my choice.
Really? You would take Kirk Cousins over Tua?
I like the age, but
Now, Kirk isn't going to come cheap, by the way.
yeah.
You're paying.
Tua ain't going to come cheap after this season.
Well, he's still got to play on his 5th year.
First of all, I want to know if how long Tyreek's staying. Tua is only as good as Tyreek.
Wow. That's not fair narrative either.
I
don't know if
Are we
that's
jumping on this topic like
wow. We're just gonna we're gonna go down that road.
I know they're like
Are we gonna
You got another podcast for that one.
look?
you
look
got
at
it. You got
yeah.
it like a whole
You're not
one.
gonna
If you're
stop
gonna
him
talk
from this
Dolphins,
right now.
if you're
I
gonna
got
talk,
stats, baby.
He's got
I
stuff
got
to
numbers.
say.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you a
we'll do
1 minute
that in a
plug. We'll give you a 1
yeah,
minute.
1 minute plug.
Yeah, it's too much to say in 1 minute. But you look
Right.
at again. We look at wins and losses. Who did he have his first year? A rookie Waddle. Who else did he have? Can you name another wide receiver?
Gesicki is a tight end.
oh yeah, Parker.
Devontae Parker.
I'm sorry. What if Devontae Parker can't get an inch of separation? He is a high point And he can't stay healthy, by the way.
That's what I would have went with before.
He can't get any separation. You've got to have receivers getting separation, period. You can't look. That's why Fitzpatrick was so good with Devontae. He would just chuck it up to him, right? And to let him high point it. But look, that's another. Again, you look at Tua's win-loss record. He has weapons now. He has a defense. We got to win in the big games. We got to show up.
I mean, I'm not knocking him because I think Tua makes. Tua, if his first read ain't open.
That's also a lazy narrative. I can't look. I've heard that too. That's unless you watch the NFL 22, and you see the film. We have when you look at the other receivers. Honestly, it's Waddle and Hill getting separation. Nobody else gets open.
Well, that's all you guys have.
Well, I mean, just saying. But you got to. I mean,
that's usually all any team has is one stud wide receiver and then an okay.
I'm not saying he doesn't force feed it to Hill sometimes.
You got two stud wide receivers because Waddle's a stud.
What do you think your biggest problem is on the team?
Oh man, this is.
I have my answer.
He's like, oh shit! I didn't know this was the.
This is what's that show where people have alcohol or drug problems?
Anonymous.
No. Intervention. Let's talk about this.
Go ahead, Dustin. What do you think the biggest problem
We're
is?
all family here,
Everyone
Dustin.
gets their points on it.
All right.
Dolphins.
That's a great question. I think this year, honestly, injuries hurt us big time. We were decimated with injuries.
But it was defense. It was really right.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you got our top 3 pass rushers, which is
a
top. Yeah, but our top. You're talking about that as a top 3 position in the league, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I would say quarterback.
It's number 1. I feel on defense.
Number 1 on defense, yes. But I would say it's your top 3. That's why they pay him so much. Left tackle, or in his case, right tackle, since he's lefty. But you have quarterback, left tackle, and pass rusher. Those are the 3 highest paid positions, right? Overall average.
Right.
So we lost our top 3.
I know. You guys would definitely.
That definitely hurt. But on offense, we again, Hill and Waddle were both injured at the end. When you got guys that run at the speeds that they run at and cut so hard, when you take that away with ankle issues and they can't make those cuts, if you watch them in practice or watch them in warm-ups, it wasn't there. And so they can run straight lines, but what makes them so deadly, what makes them so dangerous is their cutting, and they weren't able to cut. So, that's what really hurt us. And now I do think we need a red zone target. We don't have a tall guy, a Mike Evans. That we can throw to in the end zone.
No way you guys get Evans. Good. I was going to say,
can't.
pull this up. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is a funny thing. We'll get some comments on this. This is hilarious.
So Justin Tucker, who's in the wrong here?
He tosses his stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, Travis Kelce comes in and tosses his stuff.
Oh, and Mahomes.
Yeah, I think he already did.
Now Mahomes is standing there practicing.
Watch Mahomes. Watch.
He's going to pick up the kick stand in a second.
That's Mahomes throwing. Watch this. And whoop, get that shit out there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. He picked it up first, and then Kelce
Picked
comes
it
through.
and tossed it.
Kelce throws the balls.
Yeah, you'll see the helmet and the balls. You see him right here? Here goes Kelce. Look.
Yeah, I've seen that much.
Bop, bop.
Get that shit out.
So I didn't see. So Mahomes comes in afterwards and moves the last little.
No, he already moved.
Burn on, big river, burn on.